Hello and welcome to Wireman's Whimsy. I'm Lorraine and today we are going to make this really pretty card using a variety of different elements. The saying says, just a note to let you know that someone thought of you today. The background paper is from the In Good Taste Designer Series paper. We've got it on a Night of Navy card base. The background in Night of Navy is done with one of the Encircled in Beauties dies that goes with the Encircled in Friendship stamp set. This is one of the layering circles dies. The greeting is from the Encircled in Friendship set, and the flowers are from the Art in Bloom set. And then the dies are called Bloom dies. So this is the Bloom die. You can cut all three out at the same time. So you stamp your image and then you can cut them all out at the same time and they come out as separate pieces. So I've also put some of the In Color jewels on here. The In Color on this one is actually, I think it's meant to be the Pale Papaya, but it goes really, really well. It's got a very definite Daffodil Delight tint to it, so it goes very nicely on this card. So lots and lots of elements to this one. We've got the card base. We've got the Designer Series paper cut to 5 1/4 by 4. Then we have a piece of the Night of Navy to do the background with. And we need a piece of Night of Navy to do the flowers and to do the inner circle. And those are, there's 5 1/4 by 4 because I generally cut most of my paper to 5 1/4 by 4. This one for the inside of the card is using one of the scalloped contour dies. It's the largest one of the dies. And it just fits on a 5 1/4 by 4. So I actually cut the paper 5 1/2 by 4 1/4, just so I had lots of wiggle room. And I've already cut that one out for the inside. The colors I used are Daffodil Delight, Mango Melody, and Night of Navy. So let's get started building the card. I'm just going to pop this off to the side for now. The very first thing we can do, just to save some space here, is we can adhere the liner to the inside of the card. This is necessary because it's Night of Navy and it's hard to read any writing on the Night of Navy. So we just put a liner in just so that you can write on this. You can stamp on this as well if you want to. Totally your call. I'm going to put down the 5 1/4 by 4 In Good Taste DSP. So let's just adhere that. And just drop it down like that. Okay, so now let's get stamping. One of the first things I can do also is I can take the Encircled in Beauty die and I can cut out the background. I'm going to wait to put it on the card until I've got all the elements, and then I can sort out where I want to put it. I know that I'm probably going to want to put it in the middle, but towards the top. So this one, you might have to just brush off the pieces that are stuck to your cutting plate. And then you're going to need to just pop out the little extra bits because some of the pieces are still adhered, and you can just knock those out. You can use your detail brush as well if you want, but it is not necessary. These are a decent enough size that you can just pop them out with your fingers. Okay, so we have that element done. I'm just going to put that off to the side as well. And what we need to do is stamp some flowers. So let's do that. Daffodil Delight is the fill color for the flowers, and we used Mango Melody to do the outline of the flowers. So that's this die here. The flowers are all attached together. If you wanted to, you could cut them apart. I am happy with them as they are. So I'm using the Mango Melody just so I get that little bit of a darker line for the outline. Give that a good press, and there is my outline of the flowers. And then I'm going to use the Daffodil Delight to fill the flowers in. So I'm just going to ink that up. And these are not exact. They are a little offset. They don't exactly fill the space, but they are a really good close proximity. You could color these in with blends as well if you wanted to. I kind of like the whimsical nature of the fill, the way it is. And then we'll just layer that one up. There we go. And we'll close up the stamp pad. Like that. And then we can run this through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss as well. And we can layer this up like that. I am going to use a sticky note just to make sure it doesn't wiggle at all. Sandwich it up, and I'll run it through. So there's a bit of die cutting in this one, some two-step stamping in this one, but it really makes a pretty card. I like the Night of Navy with the Daffodil Delight. It's a nice striking contrast. So let's pop that out. Put that to the side. And then we've got our 3 flowers set up. What we need to do now is we need to take our Night of Navy and we need to stamp our greeting. And the greeting is offset. It's towards the top and the right-hand side of the circle. So we can stamp this down, and then we can decide where we want the layered circle die to go. So give that a push, and that's perfect. Even though the writing on these are small, it's really, really crisp and clear. So it's the perfect size for doing this. Okay, so now I know that I want this towards the top and the side. So I'm going to use my good old sticky notes to hold that down, sandwich it up, and run it through. Now, sometimes with cards, I do all the die cutting first, but this time I really wanted to show you how the card goes together rather than just having all the pre-prepared pieces and just sticking it together. Because every now and again, it's good to go back and see how everything's done right from scratch. Okay, and those are pretty much done now. Okay, so this is what we have so far. We've got our greeting. We've got our card base with the paper, the Designer Series paper on it. We've got our Night of Navy Encircled in Beauty die cut. And we have got our greeting. And we've got our flowers. So we can start building this now. I'm going to adhere the greeting to the backing. Now, this, you can choose how you want to have this. I like to have kind of a point facing up. So I'm just going to center this on here, drop it down. And this is not dimensionalized onto the card front. And 2 of the flowers are also just directly on the card front, and then the 1 is dimensionalized. Oh, this doesn't want to play today. There we go. And I'm putting it little high of center, but evenly spaced on the background paper. So there we go. And then it's a case of putting the flowers down where you would like to see the flowers. This one I have put over here like this. This one is up the side like that. And then this one was dimensionalized over top. So I'm just going to layer these, use the adhesive and stick them down, and just like that, and like this. And then I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of this one. And this is the side of the dimensional sheet, so I'll put 3 on because they're a bit narrower. And I use my thumbnail technique that my upline Tanya taught me. You squish the middle of the dimensional and it pops the edges up for you. And so we're just going to layer this on like this. And then we can take your pick tool and our 2021-2023 in color jewels, and we can just wiggle that on, and you can put them down wherever you think it makes sense to put them down. I put them wherever I kind of had a bit of a gap, and voila, there is the card. So thank you so much for watching today, and let me know if you've done something different or if you've tried the card. So thank you very much for watching, and I am hoping we can create together again soon. Thank you.